You know, movies and TV series cost tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. Teams of thousands of people work hard to show exciting stories to the audience. It's not surprising that, at such a scale, film crews sometimes make mistakes during the process. Oh, really? Perhaps one of the most famous fails occurred during a dinner in Westeros after a battle with frozen zombies. The medieval atmosphere at the party was spoiled by a modern cup of coffee. But don't blame the creators. It was one of the hardest shooting periods in the whole Game of Thrones series. The team was exhausted by the long filming. Fans' expectations weighed heavily on the crew. No wonder nobody noticed the coffee. But viewers saw it right away and spread it all over the internet. The end of the 1st century of our era, the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius, gladiatorial fights in the Colosseum, horses and chariots, swords, spears and shields, a canister of gasoline. Wait, what? Even a multi-million-dollar historical blockbuster can make a mistake. But you can't hide it from the audience. However, this piece of modern civilization didn't spoil the excellent Gladiator movie at all. But now we know how the directors made chariots go so fast. Star Wars Episode 4 – A New Hope gave us the perfect cosmic sci-fi world. There are laser sword battles, starship races, blasters, and civilizations from other planets, and sometimes random funny incidents on the set that got into the final cut. Pay attention to this Stormtrooper. His day definitely didn't work out. Do you think the director left this scene in on purpose or just didn't notice it? The Stormtrooper did it unnoticed in the background, unlike Gandalf. In the first part of The Lord of the Rings, the famous wizard crashed into the ledge in such a funny way that director Peter Jackson decided to leave this scene. Actor Ian McKellen really hit his head because he didn't notice this protrusion. This fall from the movie The Martian got into the final cut intentionally. It's impossible to miss this. Actor Donald Glover accidentally slipped on the floor. This is the case where a random detail adds more personality to the character. Now this one doesn't look like a mistake at all. Everything is done within the framework of the comedy genre. But all the same, this is a real failure. Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, really dropped the sphere, but he reacted perfectly, pretending that it was intentional. Remember the movie The Usual Suspects? It shocked the audience so much with an unexpected twist in the finale that almost no one noticed this epic mistake. While some film crews forget to remove cups of coffee or tanks of gasoline, the team of this movie chose to get rid of 2 turbines of a giant airplane. Take a closer look. Now it has 4 engines, and in a couple of seconds, there are just 2. How do you think this could happen? Write your answers in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, a fail doesn't always mean someone falling or the director not noticing some detail on the screen. A fail can happen during an actor's speech. Remember that tender scene from Titanic? Leonardo DiCaprio was very nervous there and said, "Over on the bed, the couch." This phrase wasn't in the script. He had to say, "over the couch," but he misspoke and pronounced the bed first. And it sounded much better this way. Here, a mistake emphasized his shyness. Speaking of Titanic, when the ship begins to sink, Rose goes to help Jack, chained to the pipe. To save him, she breaks the glass and pulls out an emergency axe. Take a look at this moment again. Do you notice anything strange? The scene is so expertly edited that it's difficult to see the glass reappearing on the box. This is the real magic of cinema. Meanwhile, Al Pacino, in the drama Scent of a Woman, got so used to the role of the blind colonel that he really crashed into a garbage can. It wasn't in the script. It seems that the actor deliberately closed his eyes so as to not see anything and feel his character better. It was so natural for the role that the director left the scene in the final cut. Queen Marie Antoinette of France ruled in the 18th century. In 2005, director Sofia Coppola made a movie about this historic figure. The picture shows us the glamorous life of Versailles, the carefree youth of the heiress to the royal throne. Fancy outfits, chic interiors, aristocratic aesthetics, and Converse shoes. Of course, this looks like a serious fail for the filmmakers who tried to recreate France of the 18th century. But just look at how these modern shoes fit the picture's aesthetics. The filmmakers admitted they had included this scene in the editing on purpose, just for fun. Now, some fails immediately catch your eye, and some are so inconspicuous that even the filmmakers don't see them. Only viewers sometimes notice these mistakes. One of them happened in the teen vampire drama Twilight. Most people couldn't take their eyes off the main characters, but someone discovered this almost invisible fail. Look at the car window, and you'll see the microphone of the sound engineer in the reflection. A small fail was spotted in Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man. Remember how Peter Parker had fun with the web in a small room? He smashed a table lamp. But then, after a few seconds, the lamp reappeared in the same place, safe and sound. Or is it another lamp? But if so, why would Parker need two identical lamps? Now, the movie Pretty Woman also has a small failure. Take a look at these shots and try to guess what's wrong here. Julia Roberts is eating a croissant, but a few seconds later, she's holding a pancake. Perhaps she finished the first treat and immediately took the second. But it seems to be too fast, even for a very hungry person. Clint Eastwood's drama American Sniper shows us a scene where Bradley Cooper's character picks up a baby. The viewer can immediately notice that it's a doll. However, the moment becomes even stranger when Cooper begins to move the doll's hand with his finger to show that the baby is alive. Despite all the drama of the movement, this fail makes the scene quite funny. Now, do you remember this duel between Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? The action scene was so dynamic and intense that the audience probably didn't notice an extra character in the frame. When Severus Snape was helping Draco to get up, a guy with blonde hair was watching them from the left side of the screen. The guy was a film operator, and he seems to be holding a large camera in his hands. Do you remember the very first The Fast and the Furious? The one that didn't break the laws of physics and didn't have any cars in space? But still, the audience noticed a pretty strange fail. During a race in the desert, one of the drivers was wearing a black shirt. All the buttons were buttoned up. But then, a couple of shots later, he was already wearing a black t-shirt. It's unlikely that he took his clothes off while driving. The race was quite intense, and he wouldn't want to get distracted. Now, we all know that Batman is a dangerous superhero that thieves and robbers are afraid of. But come on, he's not powerful enough to knock a big guy down with air. Look closely at this man on the left in The Dark Knight Rises. He doesn't even think of fighting. Nevertheless, he just falls to the ground while his friends are catching punches from Batman. It is possible that he realized that he would lose in this fight, so he decided to give up as soon as possible. But of course, this fail was missed by the director and the editor. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.